Can't think of anyone else who would have thought of or carried out that sketch. Please really welcome Matt Lucas and David Walliams.
Go west, life is peaceful there. Go west, not to home again. Go west, to be big like you. Go west, this is what we'll do. Go west.
How marvellous to have you here. Now, that was some piece of footage we just showed there. That was quite remarkable.
It was a bit rude, wasn't it?
Very rude. They're, I'm assuming, two of the new characters in the new series. What are their names?
Their names are Tom and Mark.
Tom and Mark, and they're bodybuilders from the look of things.
They certainly are.
How do you refer to them when you're talking about them?
We call them the gym buddies.
The gym buddies.
And there's a few sketches, and actually it ends up with them having penis enlargement operations, which go horribly wrong.
Wow. And the suits are prosthetics, but they were your own penises.
Yes, that's
They were the real penises, yeah.
Oh, Jonathan!
Thank you. No, obviously the penises were prosthetics, and thank you very much for letting us use yours as a cast. Thank you very much.
Any time.
Yeah.
Now, it must be odd, though, when you're filming those, because that sort of suit must take a while to put on. I'm guessing a while to get off, so presumably you're wearing it for quite a large chunk.
I'm still wearing mine, the fat suit. Yeah.
No, it is about, you sort of get up about sort of the night before, you know what I mean? You sort of get up about 2 in the morning and then it sort of goes on for about 6 hours, so you're already in a bad mood by the time you start, but actually, when you look back at the results, you're pleased you did it.
And presumably you're walking around wearing that in the daytime. Do people, I mean, you can cover up, but you can't put clothes on top of it, I guess, or...
No, you lose your inhibitions quite quickly and we're just sort of wandering around like in that state, sort of drinking.
But people would think that was you, if they didn't know, wouldn't they? They would think there's a really strange man with a huge body and a tiny penis.
Fortunately, they do know, because they're in the industry, but at the end of the day, I remember cutting off the penis and giving it as a gift to someone.
What a charming
also,
gesture.
I seem to remember we couldn't eat or drink that day because we couldn't really go to the lavatory while we're in those suits.
pee or poo,
and they were saying in the night before, don't have anything to eat tonight. So you couldn't really eat all day or drink.
So you're really miserable.
Yeah, I know, it was horrible, but there we are.
But it's a very funny sketch.
Thank you.
Who of the existing characters we like? Are Lou and Andy back?
Lou and Andy are back, they're on holiday.
In America?
Yes, it's all set in America. So if you ask each character in America, the answer will be yes.
Yes, Jonathan Ross.
Okay, but let me ask you, is Vicky Pollard in America?
You have to up your game. You have to up your game, because we were on Conan O'Brien last night, Jay Leno on Monday. You need to up your game. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have time for this evening.
Also, you need to get a sofa that's slightly lower, because I'm fed up with always coming on this show and having to sit with my legs crossed.
Well, maybe you need to fucking grow a bit.
Well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. And maybe
he's ill.
Yes.
Look at him, he's ill.
You've got very grumpy today. Why are you so
will you
grumpy
watch
today?
your
What's wrong
language,
with
because my mother's in the audience and this show has been filth.
You've just paraded around with a tiny penis.
Yes,
out.
I'm a hypocrite. That's what I am. Yeah.
So yes, the funny characters are the ones that went to America, and then the ones that weren't very funny that they stayed in England.
They were mostly funny. They were mostly all funny.
But what we've done is we've tried to make it so it's Series 1 in America, if you've never seen us before, and Series 4 for the British audience. So, for instance,
so a British audience won't feel left out, but they'll be... OK.
Exactly. So, Sebastian, we've gone in a new direction. David, maybe you'd like to inform Jonathan of where Sebastian goes?
Well, to sort of try and do that gag of, like, the hopeless crush on someone, we've actually made him the British Prime Minister, and he's got a crush on the American President, and we've cast a handsome black actor called Harry Lennox. So we're praying that Barack Obama wins the election. Because you can't fancy John McCain.
But if it does come out that way, then that'll be fabulous for you. I mean, it'll seem very timely, and it's not kind of satire as such, but it's just kind of, like, convenient.
Yes,
very
basically.
Convenient.
Okay. And then we've got... Daffyd,
is he in America now as well?
He's in America.
Yeah, he's in America, yeah. In America, yeah.
He's gone to America.
Yeah, he's gone to America, yeah.
Listen. A bit less of that, a bit more of that. All right. Daffyd. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what that. Oh, it's the finger. It's one of those. But I've got some. Oh, yeah, there it is. So, and he is now at university and proclaims himself to be the only gay on campus.
Very good.
That's where that
But we've
goes.
got lots of new characters too. There's a character called Bing Gordon who prides himself on being the 8th man on the moon.
Bing Gordon.
Bing Gordon,
Right,
yes.
the
Get
eighth man
used
on
to
the
these, because people will be quoting them next week.
So Bing Gordon, and that's like an American name. He's an American
Yeah,
character.
he's in
as well.
America. He's an American
He
character.
looks a little bit... He looks... Now, who's playing Bing Gordon? That's you, David.
That's me, yeah.
You look a lot kind of like Burt Reynolds as he looks now. Is that what you were based on?
No, it wasn't based on Burt Reynolds.
Well, don't say it like that. It looks like Burt Reynolds.
Well, no, Burt Reynolds had all plastic surgery. He looks weird. That's meant to be an old man.
Okay. So he's landed on the moon, but no one knows his name.
Yes.
No, listen, hang on. Look, stop being so... You're being so difficult by the... Now, listen, we don't know these characters.
No,
you
all
know
right.
them because you've been with them for
Okay,
months.
fine.
So we need to establish, number
he-
one, if
listen,
they're in
listen,
America.
listen.
Number two...
They're all in America.
Right, OK, we've established that. Two, their names, if you could please speak quite clearly.
Yes,
Because you're swallowing your words. Now, from the clip we've seen,
Yes.
it doesn't look like you've had to tone it down much in the States. Was there any talk about doing it in a more moderate form? Maybe not being quite as... Because you're very full on, aren't you? It's very...
Well, I think there's different ways we could have done the show. Like, obviously, if you look at what Ricky and Stephen did with The Office, they sold the format to a network, and obviously... network television has a lot more rules than TV does over here. But because we're on HBO, which is a subscription channel, and like I say, has shows like Deadwood and The Sopranos,
So
which
you
are
can
more
get away
adult.
with language, adult situations, and naked
Yeah, we weren't
men.
asked to cut anything for that reason. But there were some things that got lost in translation, like we had a joke where a character mentioned a rent boy in the script, and what... I mean, you'll know this, but a rent boy isn't called a rent boy in America.
No, of course
a
it's
male
not.
hustler. I mean, you would obviously have known that.
Yeah. I
things
just
like
ask them
that.
by name when I get one sent round.
No, so certain things we had to look out for in that way, but
So that's just the idiom, really, there. You're just looking at different words, slang words that are used different elsewhere. But the kind of quality of the show, the kind of nature of what you do, that didn't have to be tampered
no,
into.
well, people would give you very different advice. People would say, keep the characters British, or no, what you've got to do is you've got to make them all American.
Move them to America.
That's what we did.
Now, listen, do people come up to you with ideas? I imagine people come to you and say, I've got a great idea for a character for you.
Well, no, this is my favourite story with that, is that I was in the gym once, and I was shaving next to a man. He was in the next sink along, and he was filling up his sink with water. He went, "This would be a good sketch for you, the overflowing bowl."
I went, yeah. Like that. And I felt like, how would that be funny? But the thing is, we've since thought about it, and we actually think that if you kept cutting back to a sink just with water spilling, it actually would make you laugh.
People might laugh just the sort of tension.
They might now, they know what's going on, but it's a very odd
The
thing to say.
overflowing bowl sketch. I'd love to film it.
Do you think he was just nervous? He saw you there, you were shaving yourself, and were you shaving top or bottom?
I was shaving my face.
So he was a bit nervous standing next to a celebrity, a top celebrity, shaving himself in the gym, and he just wanted to make contact with you. That's all that was. Don't make him feel bad about it. You're cruel. That's your problem. You're cruel. You're the nice one. You're the horrible one, aren't you? That's what we all know.
No, we're both horrible.
Okay, we have another clip of a new character.
Yeah.
It's a mother and a daughter. They're in America, and the mother's... The daughter's name is Ellie Grace, is that right? And what's the mother's name?
The mum's just called Mom.
Mom. Okay. Now, would you like to set this up, or should we just go into this?
Let's roll VT.
Okay. I can hear the kids quoting it in the playgrounds now. All right, that's the new show. It's called Little Britain in America.
No, it's
It's
called
on
Little
B-
Britain USA.
Well, why didn't you say that?
Well, because if you'd have listened for a moment.
Called Little Britain USA. It starts on BBC. Is it BBC One or BBC Two? BBC One.
BBC One.
Next Friday.
Yeah, no,
Next Friday.
Next
Okay.
Friday. Watch it and then turn off when this show comes on. Yeah! That's how we roll now.
Hey, you got some moves there. Do you want to dance?
No.
Okay. Now, you're very busy men because over and above A Little Britain in America, you've also been doing a lot of separate projects as well. I know you have a play coming up, which we'll talk about as well. There's a book. But first, Matt, you're in a new movie. They're in the new Tim Burton movie. Is that right?
Yes.
What's that about?
It's, I'm in the Simon Pegg situation. I'm not allowed to say too much about it, but it is inspired very heavily by Alice in Wonderland.
And Johnny Depp's in as well, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
And I play Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
So you just said quite a lot about it.
I've said quite a lot about
You
it.
see that, Peg? And no one's suing him. Look at that. He's as white as rain.
No,
Okay.
if they do, I'll just counter-sue you.
Okay. I know we can talk about your play in a minute and your book in a minute. But Matt,
Yeah.
you also might be doing a Shooting Stars thing again.
Yes,
is that
we're
right?
bringing Shooting Stars back for
Isn't
Christmas
that exciting
special.
news? Shooting Stars come back for Christmas special. Fantastic. You will be reprising George Dawes for
I
us.
will, yes.
You're going to be getting back in the Wampa suit.
Back in, not sure yet. I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, I'll have a think. I think he should be in pink, though. Pink feels right for
Pink
George.
feels right for
Yeah.
George Dawes. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a play, there's a book. But what else is going
I'm
on,
doing a
Matt?
sitcom in Hungary at the moment.
Wow, and
which
who's
is
that for?
For Comedy Central and BBC Two.
So busy.
Yeah, it's called Crob Mandoon and the Flaming Sword of Fire.
So it's a spoof of fantasy films.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's like that. It's that kind of thing. It stars Sean Maguire. Remember
Wow.
him?
I do remember him.
Yeah.
That'd be great, I would have thought.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm also working on.
I've written a book.
Not all about you. I'm also.
Can I be honest, though?
working
We're
on-
joking here, but you do get far more than your fair share of attention.
No, because I bought it.
Is that not one of the more embarrassing
I
things you've
brought
seen?
it for you. I bought it for you.
Oh,
and
that's
I've,
good.
I've signed
So
it
this is
for
Dave.
you.
Have you read this book yet?
Do you know what? I have read it and it's fantastic.
David Walliams,
I've signed it for you.
The Boy in the Dress.
You can show people.
That's quite beautiful. Would you like to see what he's put in the book? Bear in mind, this is a children's book. It says on the back, for 9 and up. OK, so if I were to leave this line around at home, and someone was to come around with maybe a 9-year-old, they would feel with absolutely no worries they could pick this up and look in it.
Correct.
And then see that.
Is that right? When I sign them for children at shops, I won't be doing that, so don't worry.
Well, what's this play? You're in a play written by, it's an old play, I guess, but written by perhaps our greatest living playwright?
Harold Pinter.
Harold Pinter.
And it's called No Man's Land, and it stars Sir Michael Gambon, you know, from The Singing Policeman, and also David Bradley and Nick Dunning and myself are in it. And, yeah, it's a serious drama. It's coming into London
I have
next
never
week.
seen Sir Michael Gambon give a bad performance.
No, he is astonishing in this, and I've learned so much just watching him. And, of course, we met Harold Pinter one time, didn't we?
We did. We met him out. I think I made an impression on him.
What happened was we were going to see a play called Endgame, which actually had Michael Gambon and Lee Evans in it. And we sat down in our seats, and I realised that we were sitting next to Harold Pinter.
I didn't know he was. I didn't. I was just an old bloke sitting next to him.
And then you started going,
Oh, is it a curtain? Is it the curtain you think for the play?
I was making some jokes.
Oh, is it the curtain
What's
for
up,
the play,
no?
or would they put that especially there? Was that in the theatre? You talk like that?
Were you out with Alf Garnett? I don't speak like that.
You were like toffee.
I was not eating a toffee.
were eating
I've got
toffees.
fillings.
and it may have been fudge. And Harold Pinter was sitting there, and he just turned to you and went, "Excuse me."
Yes.
And he got up and sat 5 rows back because he didn't want to have to sit next to an idiot during the play.
Well, don't applaud the actions of a rude old man.
What did Harold Pinter... Didn't he make some observation about you, Harold Pinter?
He said, "I don't know who he is, but he's built like a brick shithouse."
Is that what he talks like?
No.
Because that's like a voiceover.
it is. Why would I have done it?
Did he used to do the voiceover for the Bacardi adverts in the 1970s?
I don't remember them because I'm not old like you.
You brought that... Can I just say, you brought that
myself-
upon yourself.
Yeah, but you know, you wouldn't think it to look at us.
I don't
Looks
know.
to me the same.
I don't know. You've let me down. You've let the group down. But most of all, Jonathan, you've let yourself down. It's a shame, really.
You know what? This is what it would be like to be bullied by 2 of the least popular boys at school.
We're getting our revenge.
How nice to see you both again. Continued success, not only in Little Britain, which is now, by the way, they've moved it to America.
Yeah.
OK. How lovely to have you both here. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the most talented and lovable men in the country, Matt Lucas and David Walliams.